So we're going to look at the major 7th chord, and we're going to look at, in particularly, we're going to look at the C major 7th chord, and then we're going to be using it in a classic Paul McCartney and Wings song from, I think it's 1975. So here's the shape, and if you start with the C major, this is the C major, and you can see it on the screen, okay? Now, what you want to do to make a C major 7th is take off this first finger. And there you hear the difference in sound. C major 7 and C major. So it's a nice, I think it's a nice easy major chord to start with, or sorry, major 7th chord to start with. And it's this B. That string there, when you're playing it open, that gives us that major 7th sound, kind of jazzy sound. I think it's a nice warm sound, but it feels like it needs something to come after it, another chord to come after it, otherwise it feels a bit incomplete for me. And when you play that chord, it's a 5-string chord, so you're going to play only the top 5 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You're going to use your thumb to dampen the 6th string. So let's put that into a little bit of practice with a simple arrangement of Paul McCartney's Listen to What the Man Said from his Venus and Mars album. And I think that's about the time that Wings were flying quite high. And the intro to the song is just G, and it's 4 bars of G, and it has the kind of the piano and the guitar riff, but we'll sing that. Now here's the verse, and if you need help with any of these chords, then here's a playlist from my A Chord a Day Beginner Guitar Challenge that I hope you've followed. And as you see from the chord progression on the screen, you've also got the chords there as well. You've got a bar of B minor. Now comes your C major 7, then a B minor 7, or as I said before, you could just play B minor. Then an E, A minor, B minor, and then 2 bars of that lovely C major 7th chord before 4 bars of G, which is the intro. It's that riff, do 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 do, that part. Let's have a quick play along here of this to kind of get an idea, feel of what it should sound like. So remember, you'll start off with 4 bars of G for the intro, then do that verse progression and finish again with 4 bars of G. Whoa, whoa, anytime, any day, you can hear the people say, the love is fine. I don't know, but I say love is kind. Now the next part looks like this, and again you can see the chords on the screen. So we've got mostly major chords here, and it's C for 2 bars. Now we have some half bars, half bar of G, half bar of C, half bar of G, and then a half bar of G7. And that kind of G, G7 to C is a nice little progression. It's very commonly used, and it's a good way to link G to C as well. And then 2 bars of C, and then some more half bars of G and C. So 4 half bars of G and C, followed by 4 complete bars of G to give us that intro riff. So let's have a listen to how this sounds, and then we'll do a complete playthrough. Oh, yes indeed we know people will find a way to go no matter what the man says. Love is fine for all we know, our love will grow. That's what the man says. So won't you listen to what the man said? He said, whoa, whoa, whoa. A little quick transitioning. using the G to C. Now if you're playing G like I play it with the fourth finger, third finger and second finger, then going from G to C is a little bit easier than if you're doing it like this, because when you play G like this, these two fingers on the G chord and these two fingers here on the C chord, they're in the same shape. Obviously they're on different strings, but you know, to change, all you need to do is lift these two up, try and keep them as close together and in the same shape, then move them across one. So instead of playing the 6th and the 5th string, you're now playing the 5th and the 4th string for the C chord. So I think this is a nice way of playing, of transitioning between those two chords. Whoa, whoa, anytime, any day, you can hear the people say the love is fine. I don't know, but I say love is kind. Whoa. People will find a way to go no matter what the man says. Love is fine for all we know. For all we know, our love will grow. That's what the man says. So won't you listen to what the man said? He said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now if you've got a few chords under your belt, why not try learning songs? It's the best way to work on your chords, your chord changes and your strumming. So check this link here, loads of songs, get practicing, and thank you so much for joining me today. Happy strumming.